Hi, everybody. Welcome to Grubby Talk. I'm Brian Spray, your host of Grubby Talk. We are the voice of GRBY, Grassroots Bass Yakking. Glad to be with you here again on a Sunday night. Are you excited about this one? I'm like a little kid in a candy store right now. So excited because we're dropping the schedule, y'all, for all the Indiana lakes next year for St. Clair. We're dropping it right now. I hope you're ready. Get your calendars out and get ready to write down all the tournaments you want to be a part of next year. We're going to announce all the dates and get to some of those details and throw in some fun stuff as well. I'm so excited, and I'm not going to do this all by myself. I got a couple of buddies here that are going to join me. Let's bring in, first of all, Cole Ritter. Hey, Cole.
Good evening.
Good evening. And next, it's the grubby godfather himself, Jim Strunk. Hey, Jim.
Howdy, y'all.
All right. Good to see you guys. Are you as excited as I am, or am I the only one that's excited?
I'm a little pumped about it.
I'm ready to get done with 2020. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think that must be what my excitement level is. Let's put 2020 behind us. Let's move on to 2021 and do. Although Grubby had a great year in 2020, even despite the pandemic, we had a good year, right?
Absolutely.
Yep, sure did.
So I think we're going to get a record amount. A matter of fact, I think we already have a record amount of live viewers right now. And I think we're going to have that tonight because everybody's really interested in what we're going to be doing for next year. I'm going to show some comments real quick. I want to ask you guys a couple of questions for those that maybe are brand new to kayak fishing or brand new to Grubby, Grassroots Bass Yakking. Maybe give those some heads up on what Grubby's all about and all that. So we got Joseph Robbins joining us. Brock, what's up, man? Ron Irwin is all excited, ready to do this. Let's see. Brian, can't wait to see what days I'm going to beat you at Nyona. I'm guessing that's George. I don't see his name. Does anybody see his name on the
that's your buddy Merlin, the Hammer.
That's Merlin. Of course it is. How could I think it wouldn't be him? Mr. Young, Mr. IKA himself. It is the final countdown. Dun, 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 dun. Thank you, Jason. We appreciate that. We, of course, shared IKA's schedule last week, and that's a good reminder for me. We're going to do our schedule right now, and then at 7 o'clock, SIAC is going to drop their schedule. So this is really kind of an exciting time for all us kayak anglers to get our calendars out, write down all those dates, plan what our year is going to look like. Do you guys do that? Cole, do you do that?
I make an Excel spreadsheet every year with all of them that I could fish and kind of highlight the ones that I plan to fish and go from there and add and remove from that list.
Yeah. Jim, do you try to be in as many tournaments as you can, but you've also kind of got this godfather role that you got to do for Grubby. What's it like for you to plan for next year?
Yeah, I kind of do the same thing as Cole does. I started an Excel spreadsheet, and last year I wanted to fish national level, travel around a little bit, but we know that didn't happen. I think I fished like 32 tournaments, and only one of them was outside the state of Indiana. So, yeah, I make an Excel spreadsheet and then, bounce it off of, the Grubby tournaments that I want to fish, the IKA, the SIAC, KBF, Hobie, all that. I try to put all that on one spreadsheet, and I'll probably do that again this year and probably share it in the files section.
No,
once they all come together, but that's kind of how I do. Just kind of pick and choose.
As I'm flipping through all the people that are joining us, and we definitely have a record, by the way. We're up to about 30 guys live, and then we always get a bunch of people that join us later on the podcasts and on the YouTube channel. But and I think we're going to have more join us here in a little bit. But as I'm flipping through the names, I love that I'm seeing new names of guys that I haven't met yet, that maybe haven't even fished with us yet, right?
Yeah. That's awesome.
Nate is saying hi to us. I think he's brand new to Grubby.
Yeah.
I think I've seen a few others. Let's see. Lots of howdies. All right. So I think we've killed enough time. So before we get to the schedules, Real quick, what have your roles been in all this and getting the schedules ready? Cole, let's start with you. What's your role been in getting ready for this?
I mean, I made the Raccoon schedule, and then I kind of compiled everybody's schedules together, and we all kind of looked at it together and moved and shifted to try and make everything line up the best we could without making it a ridiculous amount of events in the same weekend in the same area. And then once the IKA schedule came out, we did a little more shifting as well to line up with some of their events, stay away from some of their events, and go from there. So,
and I think that's why I've been trying to mention some of the other guys, the SIAC and the IKAs, because we do try and make it work that everybody can kind of be a part of the whole kayak community as a whole in the state of Indiana, and they work with us, and I love the community aspect of this. Jim, what's your role as the Godfather? We know we got that part down. What's your role been for these schedules?
Well, I'm pretty much just doing the trail series, and really I just kind of talk with all the guys, and we just kind of work together. I don't really make a whole lot of decisions on my own on anything, but we got a good group of guys, and we all communicate real well with each other and work together and bounce ideas off each other. And that's pretty much my role, just trying to get everybody involved and figure out what the best thing is for Grubby.
So for the new guys, the brand new guys that are just going to be part of Grubby this year for the first time, tell us real quick in like 1 minute or less, Jim, tell us what Grubby's all about. Why is this a different kayak series? And why do they want to be a part of it? Tell us just a little bit, an overview of what Grubby is about in terms of the format.
Well, we come up with Grubby to just kind of be more convenient and try to work with as many schedules as out there. Some people work on the weekends and they can't fish Saturday or Sunday. Some people work, 4 10-hour days and they have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off, or you got a traditional schedule, or you're a car salesman and you're only off on Sunday. And then other people, they like going to church on Sunday and only like fishing on Saturday. So what we did is tried to come up with a schedule where we just take 5 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and let the anglers just pick what day they want. And we just combine it all on one leaderboard, just to make it a little bit more convenient for everybody. And also, instead of having to travel all over the state or whatever, we all have some pretty nice lakes within driving, an hour or so of our house that we like to fish on a regular basis, and it takes all that out, all the traveling and expense and all that. You can just get up the morning of the tournament and drive to the lake you want to fish. That's kind of the general idea with, Grubby as a whole, is just more convenience.
So maybe a word about how we decided on what lake series we're having this year. We've added some. And how have we decided which lakes we're going to? What's the criteria for that? And why do we have the ones we have and don't have the ones we don't have?
We kind of keep them spread. We try to keep them spread out. We don't want to have a whole lot right on top of each other where we're competing, which each series is competing with one another. So, we had our base lakes, like Lake Monroe, Sullivan, Warwick County, and then we tried to go up north a little bit, and we added Glen Flint and we added Nyona, and then Glen Flint didn't work out, did it, Cole? So we made a decision to move it. Raccoon's a lot more fun to fish, but we're just trying to keep them spread out and not on top of each other. And, we've got the state's pretty saturated right now, with all the Grubby.
Yeah.
We're spread out pretty good.
We are. We're pretty much for the entire state, and there's of course going to be some pockets where you maybe have to drive a little further, but we're and part of that is we got to have TDs. We got to have tournament directors for each series, and so we got to have people being willing to do certain lakes. Our tournament directors list has grown this year, and I'm excited about what we're about ready to announce to everybody. The calendar and the series for Grubby, for GRBY, Grassroots Bass Yakin. Guys, you ready to get to it?
Oh yeah.
I'm already seeing a lot of trash talk about Sullivan AOY for next year. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
That's going to be contested, it sounds like.
I think it is. We got a lot of guys, and I mentioned that we have a record amount of live viewers right now. We're up to 44 viewers at the moment. It's the most we've ever had on GRBY Talk during the live. We could get hundreds that watch the recorded later on, but I love that everybody's really interested. So without further ado, shall we get to it? Here we go.
Let's do it.
I'm going to push the right buttons and turn off the comments. If you're making comments, I'll get to them a little bit later, but right now I'm going to turn those off so that we can see the schedule. All right.
You want me to talk about this first slide?
Yes, please do.
All right, so these are our major sponsors for GRBY. We got Sun Valley. Sun Valley Sports has been with us all along. This will be the third season. They're going to be donating another kayak. We're not exactly sure what kayak it is. Last year it was a Compass. We got Kistler on board too. You know, Kistler's going to be donating. They're stepping up. They're going to be donating a little bit more. Kistler actually has reels now, so I'm trying to get a couple combo outfits out of them to donate for our championship. We got Catch. You know, Catch is always they've been a huge sponsor of GRBY. You know, we're Catch board only. We only use Catch, and what goes along with Catch is never lost gear. You got to have that tether for their board, even though they're carbonate. I think it's going to float. You know, there's a kit that you can put on it and make it float, but you know, you got to have your never lost gear. Also, they're a huge sponsor. Jason donates a lot of leashes for us to give away, and then plus also a certificate to give away for our champion. Got Dakota Lithium. Dakota stepped up this year and gave us some couple pretty nice batteries to give away, which is awesome. But then last but not least, you got Denny Romero and On Water Innovation. You know, Denny's been a sponsor with us by donating and helping us with the Crossroads the last 2 years, giving us a prize package that we worth at least $200, so we could take care of that, check that box for GRBY. But this coming year, Denny's going to build us a trailer to give away. We haven't exactly decided how we're going to give it away, but Duke guesstimated that the value of that trailer is going to be about $5,000. So it's going to be a pretty awesome trailer, man. So
my hair on my arms kind of stood up when you said that. That's an awesome prize for GRBY to be given away.
We got some outstanding sponsors at the top level, and then you know every series also has their own individual sponsors that donate prizes, and we got some great series sponsors also. So
it will be here on GRBY Talk. We'll be spending the off season and the regular season making sure that our sponsors are known, whether you're one of these major sponsors, or you're someone that's sponsoring the individual tournaments or giving some baits away, whatever it is you're doing to support us. We will make sure that we're talking about y'all throughout the season here on GRBY Talk as well. So, all right, let's move on to our first released schedule. We're dropping, first of all, I just cheated a little bit. All right, Bluegrass Fish and Wildlife. This is down in Evansville. We did Bluegrass this year in 2020, right?
We did Warwick County.
Okay. So we'll talk about what's different about it, or what some notes about that with Cole here in a second. But Jim, run down the schedule for us.
Okay, so this is in Evansville. It's Zachary Rossbottom and Adam Cartwright's going to team up down there. This is the only series where we got two TDs. So starting off in March 25th and through the 29th. This is also a trail stop, and we'll talk about that towards the end. You'll see there's 6 of them altogether, trail stops throughout the schedule. Okay, after March, we go April 22nd through the 26th, May 20th through the 24th, June 24th through 28th, July 22nd through the 26th, and then we're going to wrap it up August 19th through the 23rd.
Okay, and I'll mention that if you're just joining us and you're brand new to GRBY, those dates, the March 25th through the 29th, you don't fish all that. You fish one day. You pick which day you want to fish, and that's the day that you count towards your tournament. That's how it works here at GRBY. Cole, what do you want to tell us about this one?
This one, like Jim said, last year we did all of Warwick County. This year we're going to change it up. Adam Cartwright was able to work with DNR and get it passed to where we're allowed to have the tournament on Bluegrass Pit and Loon Pit, and that's going to be the only allowable water for it this year. So that will be a little bit different than last year. And then he's also got them to agree to allowing up to 25 anglers per day, where we had been going 14 down there. So those are about the two hot points with it.
Yeah.
Lots of big fish.
Lots of big fish come out of bluegrass. I've never fished it, but I see posts all the time from guys with huge fish down there. And that's one that Glenn, you've got there. Cole, by the way, did all the graphics for the schedules. You also, if you see,
killed it, man.
Yeah, you did. These look great, Cole. You did a great job. How big is that fish? My screen's a little small. How big is that fish that Glenn's got there?
I think it's just a little over 20 and a quarter, maybe.
20 and a quarter. Okay.
Yeah.
And at each series, you've posted a big fish that came out of.
I think that's 21, man. Don't cheat Glenn. He'll be texting you.
Glenn will be hunting you down, Cole.
I'm looking at a printed slide here, and I can't really read the numbers, to be honest with you. I'm just shooting from the hip.
Shorted him a half an inch. Oh, no.
All right, Glenn. My bad.
Okay. We're going to move on in the interest of time. That's bluegrass, y'all. And the thing I noticed is the first trail stop. Is that the first trail stop, Jim? Is going to be.
Yep, that's the first one.
Yep. All right. We'll talk more about that on the last slide. All right. Moving on. Slide number 2. Brookville. This is a brand new one for us, right?
Yes, sir. Brookville Lake. Austin Killian's going to be heading that up. He lives over that way, over by Brookville. So he's also going to include Whitewater Lake. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. It's one of the ramps you go to. You drive right by Whitewater Lake on the way to the ramp over there at Brookville. And Brookville is known for smallmouth and deep water. It's probably the deepest lake in the state. It's 100 foot deep.
Oh, my.
Yeah, so we'll run down the schedule here. April 1st through the 5th is their first one. May 27th through 31st, June 10th through the 14th, July 8th through the 12th, and they're going to wrap it up on August 19th through the 23rd.
Okay, great. Cole, any comments on Brookville from you?
Yeah, Saturday, June 13th, we're joining up with CKF, Cincinnati Kayak Fishing, and they're going to be running a tournament that day as well. So that'll be an opportunity to double dip out there. And this is a lake I haven't fished, but as I was making these slides, I was researching them all a little bit, and it looks like there's 10 boat ramps on this lake, and 7 of those are in idle zones. So you've got, it reminds me of Raccoon almost, where you've got a heavy. The northern section of the lake has a lot of idle zones in it. So, you can get away from the wreck traffic pretty easily, even on a busy holiday weekend when you're out there fishing.
I just saw a comment from Justin Staley that smallies are on fire there. So it looks like it is going to be a really good Smalley Lake. All right, let's move on to our next schedule. Whoops, my mouse wants to. All right, Brush Creek. Brush Creek's in Butlerville, Indiana. Jim?
Adam Murray's going to be heading that up for us. He's going to be a new TD also along with Austin. They're going to start out at March 18th through the 22nd, April 8th through the 12th, May 6th through the 10th, June 3rd through the 7th, July 15th through the 19th, and August 12th through the 16th to wrap it up. And,
have either of you been to Brush Creek?
I have not, but there's some good in there.
Yep. That fish right there was caught 2 weeks ago. Ryan gave me a call and said, "Hey, I'm going to Brush Creek. You want to go with me?" And I told him, "No, I need to go cut some firewood. I didn't expect the fishing to be that great." And then he started sending me pictures, and that was one of them. And I regretted it the rest of the day. My decision.
Yeah, of course you did.
Yep.
And that was a big fish. I think that was close to 22, if I remember correctly.
I think it was 21 and a quarter, 21 and a half, something like that.
Yeah, that was a huge fish, and that was 2 weeks ago. Can you imagine what it's going to be like in the middle of the summer? All right, so we got dates there, March through all the way through August on Brush Creek. Anything else, Cole, about Brush Creek?
Nope. No, I'm looking forward to testing that one out. I haven't been there.
Yep. All right. Anything else from you, Jim, before I move on?
Nope, that's it.
All right, moving on to Lake Monroe. Man, this one was an interesting place to fish this year. At times tough, at times great. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in Monroe next year. So, Jim, give us the dates.
Man, I love Monroe. Yeah, Steve Martin does an awesome job over at Lake Monroe running that. He's been doing it for last year was his first year as a TD, I think, but he's been fishing it for a long time and knows the lake really well. But they're going to start out in March 18th through 22nd. So it's going to be a little tough there, but I can tell you that. And then it's going to get on fire around April 22nd through 26th, May 13th through the 17th. That's also a trail stop. That's going to be our third trail stop. So we'll talk about that later. June 10th through the 14th, July 8th through the 12th, and then wrap it up August 19th through 23rd.
I have fished Monroe twice. I've caught Uno fish. And I always went in that very early time of the year, March, April. And I need to get down there and figure it out. I have not figured it out yet. Cole, what do you want to
I'll show you.
What?
We'll go. I know a few spots over there.
I need to
I know
join you
you
guys.
do.
That's a lake I've not set foot on yet, and I need to get down there. But a couple things about that one. The March 18th through the 22nd, that Saturday, so that'd be what, the 20th is the IKA event down there. So that'll be a double dip opportunity for you. And
see how we're working with these groups? See how we're bringing you all these opportunities to double dip and get to be in two tournaments at once? I love that we're doing that. Okay, go ahead, Cole. I'll catch you up.
That fish right there of Brett's, that was caught on March 29th. So the big ones will bite that early in the year.
Wow. Yep. And that one's 22 and a half, I think. And
yeah, I think right around there.
Yeah, that's incredible. Wow. Okay, anything else?
Nope.
All right, moving on. All right, this one's near and dear to my heart. Since I was the AOY for this one last. Oh wait, no, I wasn't. Sorry, that was my dream. Yeah. George Nemeth, the new TD, taking over for me at Nyona and South Mud Lake. Give us the dates, Jim.
Yeah, we're starting out April 29th through May 3rd. Then they'll go to May 27th through the 31st, June 24th through the 28th, July 29th through August 2nd, and wrap it up August 26th through the 30th.
And this is our Northern Indiana, one of our Northern Indiana series, and up by Rochester. Cole, what do you want to tell us about this? I hope it's got nothing to do with how well you did that time you were up there.
This little place has a special spot in my heart because that was, it was the IKA 5-county shootout, I think is what it ended up being called. And it was
one of the early IKA tournaments this year.
Yeah, those are the two bodies of water I chose to fish. And that was the first chick that I cut in my kayak fishing career that wasn't a big bass. So, I like that lake. There's a lot of fish in there. There's some good fish in there, and it's a lot of fun. It's a good, if you're just getting into kayak fishing, it's really a good place to go. If you want to experience the tournaments, I mean, that's a great lake. It's pretty much all idle zone. They're both relatively small bodies of water. It's a safe place to go, and you're going to catch some fish, 90% of the time when you go. Yep. I highly recommend it.
I fished both, and I had equal opportunity at both lakes to do well in most of the tournaments, and I love that series. And I'm so excited that George is taking over as the TD and keeping it going for us. And it's going to be he's got some really good ideas, y'all. I think we'll have some good sponsors, and I'm looking forward to that.
I hear AOY, there's a bottle of bourbon involved with it this year.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully,
I'm telling you, I got a plan this year. I think I might.
Hopefully Logan doesn't win, or that could be a little awkward.
For those that don't know, we got an 11-year-old kid who's been tearing it up, and he fishes this tournament. Yeah, his dad's always with him, so I'm sure Dad might have a say in who gets that if he wins the AOY. So, all right, Dave Sewell's got the big fish there, and he was so close to AOY this year, him and about 4 other guys. And but anyway, let's move on. All right, going on to Raccoon. And this has a little story. We'll let Cole tell that about how we got to Raccoon this year. But Jim, what are the dates?
All right, starting out April 1st through the 5th, April 22nd through the 26th, May 20th through the 24th, June 3rd through the 7th, July 29th through August 2nd, and we're going to wrap up August 12th through the 16th.
All right, great. Cole, this is your lake.
I had never fished Raccoon until last year. We decided we were going to do a series on Glen Flint, and we gave it 2 tournaments, and I think 3 fish was the most anybody caught. And, it was 3 fish, 1 guy caught 2 and another caught 1, both tournaments. So it was obvious that wasn't where we wanted to be. So we decided, we'd been seeing some good tournament results come out of Raccoon. We moved it over there, and it turned out to be a great choice. And, I've really fallen in love with the lake personally. And, there's been a lot of good fish. There's not a lot. I don't know if we had any. I don't think we had any over 20 this year, but we had a lot in that 18 to 20 range. So there's quality fish in there. There's good numbers in there. It's a fun lake, and I mean, there's pretty much everything north of 36 is all idle zone. So there's plenty of idle water out there for you to avoid the wreck traffic and enjoy a good day of fishing.
I think I saw that Coach Brian Moore is watching tonight, and that fish that you put up there from him, that's a football of a fish.
Yes. Yep.
Man.
And that was caught right. I think that was the first tournament maybe, and caught right at daylight. That was one of his first casts where he caught that one.
All right. Anything else, guys?
Nope.
All right, moving on. I am so excited about this. I met Cole Garland at a coffee shop close to my house, and he was telling me how much he loves this lake, and now it's a series for Grubby. I'm so excited. Jim, give us the dates for Lake St. Clair.
Lake St. Clair, man, up there in Detroit, Michigan. Cole Garland's going to head this one up. We're going to start out, he's starting out April 15th through 29th, and we're going to have a trail stop up there, so I don't know how many people know about Lake St. Clair, but it's one of the best fisheries in the entire world, man. It's just awesome. I encourage everybody to get up there and try it at least once this year. So after the trail stop, we're going May 6th through the 10th, May 20th through the 24th, June 3rd through the 7th, and then wrap up July 22nd through the 26th.
Now, if I have my facts right, this is the smallest lake on our series, right?
Yeah, and we're probably Lake St. Clair is known for some, big waves. So you got to be careful out there. And Cole Garland's got a lot of experience up there, and we're kind of changing our rules up a little bit, not just for Lake St. Clair, but also for moving waters. We kind of had it in place last year where if the weather is bad, we're just going to call it off the next day, and you're going to roll to the next available day whenever it's safe, or you can get a refund. If you roll over and you're not able to fish, we'll give you your points, whatever points you give for whatever ties for last place all share the same points. But that's how we're going to do it. If it gets unsafe, you'll just roll over the next day.
And it gets pretty windy on St. Clair. That's why you're bringing that up.
It's going to be the same way across all the series. It's just a blanket rule. If it gets unsafe, you can just roll. You can roll the next day, and the TD is going to make that judgment call.
Yeah. Okay.
They're the experts there, but yeah, it's an awesome fishery. I don't know. I fished up there for a week with my cousin 3 or 4 years ago, and we saw a catfish in 10 foot of water on the bottom, and he dropped the shaky head down right on top of it and sight fished a catfish up there on Lake St. Clair. So it's pretty awesome, man.
Wow, that is awesome. Cole, what do you want to tell us about it? Hey, we can't hear you, Cole. Not sure why.
I muted myself for some reason. Okay. We got some double dipping in this one as well. The Saturday of the April 15th to the 19th weekend, the LSC Elite Series is up there. So that'll be a triple dip actually with this trail series and LSC and the regular GRBY event. And then June 3rd through the 7th, the KBF Trail Series is up there as well. So you can double dip in that. My other note is Donkey Smallies. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. So that's definitely going to be on the list of places I hope to get up to this spring.
And I was really noticing the coloring of those fish that Cole caught. Those are beautiful. That's a beautiful color for smallies, and I can't wait to get up there and see them myself. So, all right,
Big muskie, big sturgeon.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get into some monsters up there, any species.
Yep, that'll be fun on a kayak. All right, moving on. In the interest of time, I'd like to be done in about 15 minutes if we can or so.
All right.
We definitely want to get done in time for SIAC to do their schedule announcements at 7 o'clock. Moving on to Sullivan, down in Sullivan, Indiana. Jim.
Oh, yeah, this is one of my favorite lakes. It's probably the lake that I'm going to concentrate on next year and kind of give Joe, try to knock him off that. He's got it 2 years.
Someone's got to beat him this year.
Oh, man, 2 years in a row, Joe Walsh has been Angler of the Year. It's about time somebody takes care of that, don't you think? Yep. All right, so Aaron Molender's the TD there, does an awesome job. He's going to start out March 25th through the 29th, April 8th through the 12th, May 6th through the 10th, July 8th through the 12th, and wrap up August 5th through the 9th.
And you skipped June there, June 10th through the 14th also.
Sorry.
Yep, no problem. All right, so that's Sullivan. Cole, anything about Sullivan you want to tell us?
Yeah, Joe kind of redeemed himself at Sullivan, I guess, after his performance at the championship where he took home the smallest limit. Then we get to show two of his fish he caught in the same day. So he does know how to catch something over 10 inches. So yeah,
he finds unique ways to always be a winner. That's one way to look at it, right?
Exactly. Yep. For sure.
That kind of reminds me of another rule change we have. We're going to carry over. We started at our championship, but it's going to carry over to next year. We're not going to have a minimum size limit. So, Joe can keep catching, especially at Sullivan. He can keep catching them little 6-8 inch bass, all season next year, and we'll give him credit for them.
Those don't look like 6 or 8 inch fish to me. I got a feeling Joe's going to be putting bigger limits than that. Okay, but that is an interesting rule change that should make it really interesting at all of our series.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What else you got for us, Cole? Anything?
Nope. That's it.
All right. Moving on to Summit. All right, this is an interesting one. Now, I've not been there, but this is over by is it over by Newcastle?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, it's over by Newcastle. Jim,
So
tell us about Summit.
Yeah, Josh Robbins is going to be heading that up. He lives over that way. He actually won the IKA tournament at Summit a couple years ago, so he knows the lake pretty well. But he's starting out April 15th through the 19th, May 6th through the 10th, June 10th through the 14th, July 22nd through the 26th, and that's also a trail stop. We'll talk about that later. And then wrapping up August 26th through the 30th.
Okay, great. Cole, what can you tell us about Summit?
But it's a fun lake. It's clear, a lot of grass. There's some areas that are stained. It's pretty much idle only as well. So there's a lot of good water. There's a lot bigger fish in there than that one I caught, but it was interesting going back through some of the older tournaments that were at Summit. There weren't a lot of catch boards used, and I'm not posting a hog trough on this. Being catch only. So I actually caught that one in practice for the Reservoir Rumble last year and decided to go with that picture.
Yeah, that's great. So good job, and you get your name up there again. I mean,
absolutely. I mean, that's the best part right there.
There's a plus for everything. All right, Good job. All right, moving on from Summit to West Boggs down in. How do you say this, guys? Is it Lugoti? Lugoti. I always say it wrong.
Yeah, that's all right.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, Chris Hillenbrand is going to be running this up. He's starting out March 18th through the 21st. April 22nd through the 25th, June 24th through the 27th, July 15th through the 18th, August 19th through the 20th or 22nd. And I guess we ought to just tell everybody this this here's kind of tentative. They've got new people in charge at West Boggs, and we're still trying to work out some of the details down there for us to have our tournaments. So we're hoping that it comes through, but this is not 100% as of right now. But these are the dates we're going to put out there for this.
All right, so it could be some news and some things that we'll have to talk about later. So just be aware that this isn't 100%, but we're going to have it all figured out as soon as we can. We'll let everybody know.
Right.
And Cole, I love that picture of Ryan Reedy's football. Was that from West Boggs?
Yes, that's a West Boggs fish there. That I mean, one thing I noticed, I went back and looked at the IKA when they were there 3 years ago, at the beginning of the season. Big bass was 15.25 inches, and I mean, we had a lot of limits that were 14 inches were the small ones. So that lake has definitely improved a ton over the last year or 2 years, and I'm interested to see what it will do this year. Hopefully, we get to have a series there, and we can get everything worked out.
Trying to watch comments while I'm watching the clock, and Jeremiah Thompson says, "I'm going back to WB once for redemption."
Yeah,
so,
if we get to have this here, I encourage everybody. I mean, go down there and fish this lake. This is seriously probably the lake that's the most fun to fish out of all of them, because you're going to catch them. I mean, there's like 1 million bass in there, 14 to 16 inches long, and the next year they may be even bigger than that, But yeah, I encourage people to go down there if we get to have this. It's an awesome little lake.
And I gotta mention this because MC Hammer loves to whine and cry, and and he posted, "I hate that pic of that Boggs fish. It ruined my day. LOL." Oh, I'm so sorry for you, MC Hammer.
Yeah, that fish cost him, I think.
Yeah, I think it did.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Ryan caught that right at the end, and
I remember that. Oh, that was
the
an
win.
awesome tournament. All right, moving on. I think we got about under 10 minutes left, so let's see what we can get through here. Oh, I'm so excited about this one. The three of us always get together for IKA at this event. This is the White River, and now Grubby is having their series. Jim.
Yeah, we already have our campsite reserved for
this.
Yes,
we do.
Year, we got 2 of them side by side. We're ready. This is an awesome fishery down here, the White River. I encourage people to fish it as much as they can. Also, giant smallmouth. If you need any information on it, Josh can help you out, I'm sure. I mean, he knows how. He knows that
smallmouth king. I agree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, just listen to his podcast if you want to know about smallmouth.
Jeremiah Thompson.
Podcast.
Jeremiah Thompson has the hardest job out of all the TDs, in my opinion, because of moving waters. He done an outstanding job at Sugar Creek last year. Sugar Creek it'll flood out with, half inch of rain, and it'll bust out of the banks there. It's just unpredictable, and it's also hard to get into. There's not very many launch places. The current's fast. We had several incidents last year, and I encourage you guys to go fish Sugar Creek for fun. But for our tournament, Jason's done an outstanding job. Jason Young's done an outstanding job laying out White River from Anderson all the way down to Indianapolis, and we're just taking his work and gonna run with it for Grubby, and he's been gracious enough to let Jeremiah do that. So
we're using Jason. Is that what I hear you say?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Jason done all the work for us, and he shared that with Jeremiah. So it's
awesome.
Jason, we can't say enough about Jason Young.
Love Jason.
Spectacular, man.
Yeah,
he does a lot of good things for our community.
Yes, he does.
That last date, that 5th through the 9th, that Saturday is the IKA tournament as well. So that'll be another triple dip opportunity with the Trail Series, our GRBY normal event, and IKA as well.
You want me to run through these dates? I can run through them real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, April 8th through the 12th, May 13th through the 17th, June 17th through the 21st, July 15th through the 19th, and then August 5th through the 9th, and another trail stop. Can't wait for that one, man. That's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, I'm going to do 2 series, I think, for the first time. I'm going to do this one and Nyona, and I'm so excited about this opportunity. So, so my picture will be up there next year. All
There
right,
you go.
moving on. I just got to catch more fish like that one I caught it for IKA. Here it
Don't
is.
sleep on the largemouth White River either. I've caught a 20 out of there, and I've seen multiple 20s come out of there. They're in there as well.
Oh, there are huge ones. All right, Mr. Strunk, this is
All
kind
right,
of
this
your
one's-
baby.
Oh yeah, the Grubby Trail Series. Okay, brought to you by On the Water Innovation. You know, we're giving away a On the Water Innovation trailer next year, and they're kind of our lead sponsor for our trail series. You know, we're kind of piggybacking off of all the other TDs. The trail series is the exact same dates as there's a tournament going on at that. A regular series tournament going on at each one of these lakes for Grubby, and we're just moving it around, calling it our trail series. A lot of people like to travel last year and fished a lot of our different series, so we're just putting it together. And what the trail series is also going to do for us is there's no fish off, you know, and none of that extra pressure for the crossroad teams and any of our traveling tournaments that we have. So like all of our at-large KBF spots will come from the trail series. All of our crossroads team will come from the trail series. It's all out of this series. It's how we're going to determine that. It's a traveling series, and all the traveling series spots are going to come out of it. So we're going to start out at March at Bluegrass, line up with their schedule through the March 25th through the 29th. Then we're going to St. Clair, man, April 15th through the 19th up there, you know. And I guess Cole has told us that is when it's happening up there at St. Clair. So don't miss this. Get up there for St. Clair and catch your personal best smallmouth up there out of the lake. Then we're going to Monroe, May 13th through 17th, and they ought to be on fire in Monroe for this tournament. It ought to be happening there for. Hopefully it's flooded and they're up there spawning, and you know everybody knows where to find them when they're spawning. June 17th through the 21st at Newton Lake over in Illinois. We're teaming up with DB over there, David Brook. And then after that, we'll head to Summit Lake, July 22nd through the 26th, and we'll wrap it up August 5th through the 9th at White River. And that's it, man.
All right, Cole, what do you got to tell us?
I mean, I'm excited about this trail series. You look at those bodies of water. I mean, you've got Lake Smallmouth, you've got strip pits, you've got a big reservoir, a power plant lake, a clear smaller lake, and a river. I mean, if that doesn't prove who's the most well-rounded angler, bass angler out there in the state of Indiana, nothing's going to. It's definitely going to be a gauntlet to get through.
I saw a comment from Sam Jones, Jim, and he's saying HKB, which is Hoosier Kayak Bassin, state champ qualifiers as well. I'm not sure what he's saying.
Yeah, he's saying whoever wins this series is also going to be able to fish that tournament that he puts on for the Tournament of Champions, I guess, or whatever he's calling it for the state of Indiana.
Yeah.
So
okay, cool.
That's pretty awesome. Thanks, Sam.
Awesome. Thank you, Sam. We got such a great group of kayak people here in Indiana. And speaking of Sam, I've asked him to join me. Hopefully that'll be next weekend. And he's going to all this graphic stuff that you see, all the outside sponsors and the Grubby talk and all that. It's all thanks to Sam Jones. So him and Alan Reed will be talking about SIAC coming up in a few minutes. And they're dropping their schedule at 7:00. So make sure you tune in and put any of those you want to do on your calendar as well. Guys, what else do we need to talk about?
I guess we can go ahead, Cole.
Sorry, I've seen a couple people ask. Trail series will be the best four. We'll go for your AOI score. Best 4 of the 6.
And my question, Jim, was if you fish the trail series, and so let's say, for instance, in March you go to Bluegrass, are you paying 2 different fees, one to do the Bluegrass tournament and one to do the trail series tournament?
Yep, they're 2 different series. If you're going to fish the Bluegrass series, and the Trail Series. It's 2 separate tournaments, but the schedule's just aligned so you're able to fish both of them on the exact same day if you want.
And I think you just answered this, but Jeremiah is asking, does 4 Trail Series competitions qualify you for the championship?
It's a grubby series. Yep.
Okay.
You fish 4, you qualify for a championship, and I guess we can go ahead and release that too if you guys want.
Yeah, if you're ready, I'm we don't have a graphic for it, but we can talk about that.
Yes, I mean it's to be determined, but the date that we have set right now is September 11th and 12th. We're still waiting on permits, and once we get the permits, actually we're waiting on our insurance from KBF. Once we get our insurance form from KBF, then we can send that into the DNR, our little package into the DNR along with our $150 check, and then we'll be able to announce where it's at and all that. But we're shooting for September 11th and 12th.
Okay, that's for the championship.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Any thoughts as we've now got our schedule out there and the season is going to be upon us sooner than we can even dream of?
Let's get it going. I'm ready. I'm ready to hit the water again and warm weather, and I'm done with 2020. Let's move on to 2021.
Man.
I am agreeing with you 100%. All right, Jim, anything else you want to say?
Nope, that's it. That's a sure is a beautiful trailer. I don't know if you guys can, you don't have the graphic up anymore, but that On the Water Innovations trailer Denny put together for me is completely awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna show it real quick.
I just absolutely love that trailer. We used that. All 3 of us used that whenever we fished.
There's 3 good-looking kayaks on that trailer.
Oh yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
Where was we at?
Canoe.
That was Tippecanoe, right?
Yeah, Tippecanoe. Yep.
Taking out Tippecanoe, but yeah, we got all 3 of them on there, and Denny does amazing work. I mean that kayak trailer suits me so well, and I can't wait to give one of them away to somebody at our championship this in 2021. It's going to be awesome.
All right. I think I saw a couple more questions. Did you talk anything about what the cost will be for the for being in the tournaments? I think someone was asking. Yeah, might touch on price per tourney.
Yeah, we're doing $35 a tournament this year. We're gonna it's $5 PayPal admin fees, and then $5 Tourney X fees, $5 big bass, and the rest of it goes to the pot for the winner. And I've got a new payout scale coming out, and it's more even. So it's not like winner take all, and then next, like whoever came in second basically got their money back last year or whatever. You know, it's going to be more spread out. It's almost a linear lines how I tried to make it across the payout scale, and I'll be releasing that here before too long.
Okay, cool. Brock asked, can we say what lake we're thinking? I think he's talking about the championship. We're not ready to say that yet.
I'll let Cole say it if he wants to.
Cole, you got the pressure, man. You get to decide whether we're releasing that information or not.
All right, it's right now, pending the permit. Patoka is what we're thinking.
Patoka.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. We got a lot of, it's a big lake. There's a lot of good rentals down there for lodging, camping, all that good stuff. So I think it'll suit us a little better than as cramped as we were at Shakamak. Shakamak was still a good time, but we'll be able to spread out a little bit more next year.
The cell service in the campground at Patoka is terrible. So I'll just warn everybody that right now. I don't think it's so bad out on the lake. So you will be able to find cell service around the lake. But if at the campground, it's absolutely almost zero. So
yeah, the host of Grubby Talk is so happy to hear that.
Oh, yeah.
We'll find us a good cabin with Wi-Fi, Brian. Don't worry.
That's right. We'll figure it out. All right, guys. Anything else we want to wrap up with? Anything else you got to say? All right.
No, I'm looking forward to seeing what SciAc's got to offer. So
I just want to thank Cole for putting all this together. I mean, he keeps us organized. I don't know if everybody knows how much work Cole's doing besides just being a TD. But without Cole putting all this stuff together and keeping us organized, I mean, he worked his butt off for the championship, getting us organized for that. The prize package, helping me get all that put together. I'm just really thankful for Cole and Brian. And, Brian, I really appreciate you concentrating on this Grubby talk and giving all of our anglers the recognition, that they deserve. That's what Grubby talk is. You bring on whoever won the tournament that week, and you're going to let them tell how they done it and what bait they used and all that, to help make all of us little
those of us that didn't win, we get some hints, right?
yeah, but all the other TDs too, man, they're putting in time. There isn't a day goes by that there isn't a conversation about fishing or our tournaments or just life in general and our
urban.
We're communicating daily in our TD admin group that we have. So there's a lot of work going on, you guys.
We got lots of comments. Like I said, I think we've had a record number of viewers live here tonight. I think we hit 50 at some point. So thanks for everybody joining in tonight. We appreciate it. And I want to encourage you to find the broadcast at 7 o'clock from SIAC. Sam and Alan are releasing their schedule. And make sure you tune in and watch what their schedule is going to be like for next year as well. And that's coming up at 7 o'clock. Look for that link. I'm sure one of them will be releasing that here in the next few minutes. All right. I think we are done, y'all. I'm excited about next year, and I appreciate you guys joining me.
I'll post up a graphic here in a little bit with the full schedule for all the series and all that good stuff. So,
hey Cole, are we going to do like a folding business card or something? I mean, our schedule last year fit on a business card. This year, I don't know how we're going to get it on there.
That's the goal. I've got to go see a lady and see if she can make it happen for us for a decent price. And
business card with a magnifier glass, maybe, so we can see.
Yeah. I think if I did one business card, you wouldn't be able to read anything on it. So I'm hoping she can do one that folds in half or something, so we can still carry it in our wallet, kind of thing.
Yeah. So if we can pull that off, we'll have those to pass out at the boat show this year. Hopefully, we get
boat show's canceled, bro.
It is.
Boat show's canceled, but I'm hearing that they're still going to try and do some sort of kayak thing.
Yeah, we'll get them up to Sun Valley, any tackle shop that'll let us set them out. And
we got a tackle shop down there in Evansville sponsoring us too, and I think Soremouth might be coming on also. So we're working on that.
We'll get them passed out through the city and let you guys know where they're at, and we'll make something happen.
Awesome.
Hey, Cole, Sam Jones says to hit him up on the business card idea thing, and maybe you guys can talk through some ideas on that. Hey, real quick, Jim, we have other series out there, right? Like Illinois and some others.
Oh, yeah. David Brook hasn't released his schedule yet. Duke and Stormy's working on a Grubby hard water series right now up north. That should be coming out pretty soon. Jamie Brode down in Louisiana is he already ran Grubby back in 2020. He had a youth division and also adult division down there that he ran, and I haven't seen his schedule for 2021 yet. And to be honest, I'm not really 100% sure how much Grubby is going to grow next year, but it is definitely going to grow.
Yeah, big time. And Grubby Talk will be a part of making sure those schedules get out as well. When David's got his schedule, I'll have him on, and we'll get all those released kind of like we did here. Kevin Wilkerson's asking, what identifier do we need?
Oh, that's the other rule change. We're not going to specify any identifier. It does have to be written on some sort of identifier. That's basically all the rule changes. We're changing the pay scale. We're changing the size limit. We've got the safety thing that we're throwing out there. The price of the tournaments went up to $35, and then the identifier has to be written on some kind of piece of paper. It can be any identifier or just your receipt from the gas station that morning. Whatever you got, just write your code down. We're going to be using individual codes for the day, just like we did last year. And Yeah, that's it. Any piece of paper or identifier that you want to use.
Okay. We're going to wrap up. Someone's asking about the link for the 7:00 tournament. I believe that will come from either Sam Jones or Alan Reed, right? And SIAC. So be looking on Facebook for that from those guys. They'll send a link out if they haven't already in the next few minutes. All right.
Sam, if you want to post it on the Grubby page, have at it, man.
Yeah, Sam, go ahead and post that on GRBY. That's a good idea, Cole. And that way all our guys can get to your link here in the next few minutes. And we are bumping right up next to it. We got 5 minutes to spare. So I hope those guys are happy that I corralled y'all and got you done in time for SIAC to release their schedules. Guys, thanks for all your work. Thanks for your time. And I'll talk to you again in the future.
All right. Take care, man. We'll see you all.
All right. See you guys. Thanks to Cole and Jim for joining me tonight on Grubby Talk. And this has been a fun show. Looking forward to next year. And hey, y'all, next week, hopefully going to talk with Sam Jones. In 2 weeks, we're going to have a special Christmas episode. You're not going to want to miss that. I'm going to try my best to make that a really fun episode. We'll take some time off and then in January start going crazy again with the season coming up for Grubby Talk and for GRBY Grassroots Bass Yakking. I hope you all had a fun night. Tune into SIAC right now. They'll send out the link, and I will see you all in a week, Sunday at 6 for Grubby Talk. Thanks, y'all. Bye-bye.